Welcome to Mainly Murder with Meg and Mum. I'm Meg.
And Mum. I'm Mum.
So today I have a case for you that falls into the mainly murder.
Oh, okay, cool.
This one's not murder, but it is still, I don't even know what to say. It's fucked up. It's a lot.
Okay, but it's not murder.
It's not murder. No one is murdered. There is a death, but no one got murdered.
Okay.
So it's a surprise for you what case it is, but the listener, it says episode 3, Carl Tanzler.
Carl Tanzler.
Carl Tanzler. Have you heard of Carl Tanzler before? Okay.
Do I? Have I?
I don't know. I don't know if I've told you about him. So
Well, if you had, I wouldn't have listened anyway. So
probably not.
Because you talk so much about fucking murder that it's just like, oh God, here she goes again.
My brain is murder
Oh,
and The Simpsons
oh
and
Jesus
The Office.
Christ. And mine is, I don't give a fuck. Oh, that wasn't very nice.
So Carl Tanzler, who has gone by Georg Carl Tanzler.
Gorg.
Gorg.
Mm.
It's like a George without the E.
Okay, yep. All right, George without your E, yep.
Carl Tanzler with a K. He's spelled with a C.
Oh, okay.
Or Count Carl von Kossel
Oh, my God.
was born on the 8th of February, 1877.
Oh, so just a young fella.
Yeah, in Dresden, Germany. Carl grew up in the German Empire. After graduating from a medical university, he left for Australia, where during World War I, he ended up in an internment camp. In an editorial note by Carl von Kossel, he gives details about his stay in Australia before his internment during the Great War, as well as his subsequent return to Germany after the war. So this was his article, he writes in the third person. Many years ago, Carl von Kossel travelled from India to Australia with the intention of proceeding to the South Seas Islands. He paused in Australia to collect equipment and suitable boats and to become acquainted with prevailing weather and sea conditions. However, he became interested in engineering and electrical work there.
Oh, all right, yep, see where this is going.
Bought property, boats, an organ, like a beep, beep, beep,
Oh,
a piano, not like a liver.
I'll just grab a liver and a candy while I'm out, yep.
An island in the Pacific, so that he was still in Australia at the end of 10 years.
Okay.
So he's planning to be there for a while.
Obviously.
He had just begun to build a trans-ocean flyer when the war broke out and the British military authorities placed him in a concentration camp for safekeeping, along with many officers, India and China, who were prisoners of war. Later, he was removed to Trial Bay, to a castle-like prison on the cliffs, and there was work in this narrative as what? and there, the work.
You know how much better you're doing at reading these stories than
Wow.
first time you started, but fuck me swinging.
And there, because this isn't me writing it, this is a quoted article where he's writing from the fucking 80s, 90s by now. And there, the work in this narrative was accomplished. At the end of the war, no prisoner was permitted to return to his former residence, but all were shipped to the prisoners' exchange in Holland.
Okay.
When Carl von Kossel was released, he set out to find his mother, from whom he had not heard since the beginning of the war. Finding her safe, he remained with her for 3 years, witnessing the chaos that followed in the wake of the war. Finally, she suggested that her son return to his sister in the United States. So he went to Australia, he was put in a camp, he got sent home, the mum put up with him for 3 years and went, you know what, go see your sister.
She'll put up with you for the next 3 and then I'll be dead.
So the camp he was in Trial Bay, which is pretty much nearly right in between Sydney and Brisbane. It's 460 kilometres from Sydney and 486 from Brisbane. And it's a little island, bay, whatever. Around 1920, following his return to Germany, Carl married Doris Schaefer.
Oh, Doris.
Oh, Doris. Together they had 2 children, Aisha Tanzler, who was born in 1922, and Clarissa Tanzler, who was born in 1924. But sadly, Clarissa died from diphtheria. So diphtheria is a serious infection of the nose and throat that maybe you have diphtheria.
Fuck. I'm going to Google that while you keep talking.
That's
yeah.
easily preventable by a vaccine. So she died in 1924. The diphtheria vaccine wasn't discovered till 1923 and didn't reach Australia and the UK until the 1940s. So it's kind of like all the other things we have vaccines for now. Back in the day, they died from it.
Oh, no. None of the you have chills, fatigue, feet. I don't have any of that.
You're fatigued. I'm always fatigued.
Shortness of breath, rashes, ulcers, nah. Hoarseness, got that one. Throat, difficult to swallow something, no.
Maybe you have strep.
Oh, God.
Strep throat. Alright, we're just playing Dr. Google here.
Okay, strep throat. Includes sore throat, fever, swollen lymph nodes in the neck. Rare complications can involve the heart and kidney.
Maybe not strep.
Yeah, no, it doesn't hurt to swallow. It's just the cough. It's
yeah.
like I've got a fucking fur ball in my throat
that
it won't get rid of. Anyway.
You need like a Dr. House.
We can
just knows.
We can cut all
not
that
strep,
out.
not diphtheria.
Yep.
So in 1926, the Tanzler family emigrated from Germany to the United States. They decided to live in Zephyrless, Florida, where Carl's...
Is that next to syphilis, Florida?
That's the only reason I know how to say it.
Yeah.
Where Carl's sister was already living. So she'd move over to their mum's like, why don't you go see your sister in the United States? In 1927, Carl took a job as a radiology technician at the U.S. Marine Hospital in Key West, Florida. And Carl moved to Key West, leaving his family in Zephyrless. So Zephyrless is near the top of Florida, and Key West is all the way right down the bottom. So it's about a 7.5 hour drive between
Florida.
Okay, well, Florida. He's left his wife and kids at the top of Florida. He's moved down to the bottom to Key West to live and work and whatnot.
Gotcha.
I
think that sounds like the perfect fucking marriage, to be quite honest.
Well,
7 hours away, no worries.
Yeah. During his childhood, Carl claimed to have been visited by a vision of a dead, purported ancestor, Countess Anna Constantina von Kossel, who revealed the face of his true love, an exotic dark-haired woman.
Right.
So,
of course. Was his wife blonde?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
His new job paid well, and so he became rich. Also, he had no wife and kids with him. He started to claim that he had 9 college degrees and started going by Count von Kossel, naming himself after his ancestor who visited him in his dreams.
God almighty.
His wife and other extended family members would state that Carl had no royal lineage
Yeah.
whatsoever. It's a fucking hard word. And his title was merely one he created himself.
Of course it was. It's like those bits of land, royal land you can buy in
Yeah.
Scotland or whatever. A piece of grass, 5 centimetres by 5 centimetres. Yep, your own royal property.
He would briskly stroll down around town with a cane and show off wrist watches. That's a hard word. Claiming...
No, it's not actually.
Say
wrist watch.
Say Irish wrist watch.
Why? You didn't say Irish wrist watch.
What was the word we were both trying to say the other day? Differentiate.
Oh, okay.
That one was hard the other day.
Yes.
Can't remember what the context was.
Neither can I.
Claiming...
Just starting to feel we spend too much time together.
I think so.
At this later stage in my life, I feel it should be a little bit more quiet. Just me and my grandson. That's it. That's all we need.
So he had a wristwatch. Claiming to be commissioned to him by the Tsar of Russia.
Oh.
On the 22nd of April, 1930. 22nd of April. While working at the Marine Hospital in Key West, Carl met 21-year-old Maria Elena Milgaro de Hoyos. So I'd just like to point out here that she was 21 and at this stage Carl was 53.
Oh, creepy old fuck. But then he was rich, so that's a normal story we hear every day. Love. It was love.
It's not going down that path.
Okay.
A lot of sources refer to her as Elena, so we're just going to go with Elena. Elena was a local Cuban-American woman who had been brought to the hospital by her mother for an examination. Carl immediately recognized her as the beautiful dark-haired woman revealed to him in his dreams.
Oh, God.
Elena was the daughter of a local cigar maker, Francisco Pancho Hoyas, and Aurora Milgaro. She had two sisters, Florinda Milgaro Hoyas and Celia Milgaro Hoyas. She was a devout Catholic who enjoyed Rudolph Valentino movies, cooking for family and friends, and dancing at the local club, at the social club, La Brisa.
Oh.
She was said to be extremely beautiful, shy, and an accomplished singer. On the 18th of February 1926, Elena married a man named Luis Mesa. After Elena suffered a miscarriage of their first child, he left her and moved to Miami.
She should count herself lucky.
Well, yeah, fuck off. After she miscarried, she gradually fell ill with a cough. Fuck, we could figure out what's wrong with you.
Whenever I hear someone's got a cough, if it goes more than 5 weeks, let me know.
Her family initially assumed that the illness was sadness due to the loss of her child, but the cough was not going away.
Yeah.
While at the hospital, during the visit where Carl believed he'd met the love of his life, Elena was diagnosed with tuberculosis. Have you got tuberculosis? Oh, no.
Oh, no. Yeah, keep going. Keep reading. I'll Google tuberculosis. If I start crying, you'll know it sounds familiar. How do you spell tuberculosis?
Tuber.
Tuberculosis symptoms. Keep going. Sorry. Infection. Don't feel sick and aren't contagious. Okay.
Maybe you have tuberculosis.
Common symptoms. Prolonged cough. Sometimes with blood. I don't have blood. Chest pains. Sometimes get a little bit. No, we know I don't have that because one of the symptoms is weight loss. Fuck you, tuberculosis. Fuck you. Why? Why couldn't I get fatigue, weight loss, fevers, night sweats? No, I'll just take even just the weight loss would have done. I would have accepted it. Okay, try again. Not tuberculosis. It's another one off the list. We've eliminated a few today.
Yeah. Okay. So she was... Oh, God, my drink went down the wrong hole when I was laughing.
And me possibly having tuberculosis.
Yeah.
Shows what sort of person you are.
So she was diagnosed with tuberculosis, a disease typically fatal at the time. And which
that's what Dad's dad passed away from, tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis?
Yeah, TB.
Wow. Was typically fatal at the time and which eventually would claim the lives of almost...
Oh, it's annoying when people cough while someone's talking.
And would claim the lives of almost all of her immediate family, including her sister Florinda.
Mm-hmm.
Carl, with his self-professed medical knowledge, attempted to cure Elena with a variety of treatments, remedies, x-rays, and other medical equipment that he brought to the Hoyas home.
Jesus Christ.
I'm really not sure how you bring medical equipment from the hospital. He wasn't like... He was taking it.
Yeah.
Carl took it upon himself to do whatever he could to cure her and offered services free of charge. As Elena and her family were poor, they were initially willing to accept this offer. He concocted potions and tonics out of gold. He would shock Elena by connecting electrodes to her body via transformers and then would give her medical wines.
Medical what?
Wines.
Wine as in alcohol drink?
Well, medical wines.
Okay.
He kept a wingless aeroplane on the hospital grounds that he called Countess Elena and claimed they would someday fly away together.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He also claimed that the plane would be amphibious and that it would sail on water as well as fly.
Oh, I did the duck boat. Does
In
that
Queensland?
count? No, in Singapore, actually. So does that count where you're driving along and all of a sudden you drive into the water?
No, this one flies.
Oh, okay, well, no, I haven't done a flying...
Flying fucking boat.
Flying boat. No, I've done a drive boat, but not a fly boat.
Well, this one's a flying boat.
Okay.
Carl also showered Elena with gifts of jewelry and clothing and allegedly professed his love to her, but no evidence has ever surfaced to show that Elena reciprocated any of his affections. He also proposed to her on multiple occasions.
And she went, no, you creepy, dirty old man.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
She repeatedly told him that he was too old for her.
Clearly.
And additionally, she was not yet divorced from her husband.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Her sister Florinda said during an interview with the Miami Herald, quote, Elena never loved Tanzler. She was only nice to him because my mother told her she should be kind to those who are kind to her. She looked upon Von Kossel.
And then did Reba start singing Fancy?
Oh, yeah. No.
Just be nice to the gentleman, Fancy, and they'll be nice to you.
Fancy was also a sex worker.
I know. Yeah, but she became rich. Don't worry about it.
And then she opened the home for the...
Don't worry about that.
Anyway, she looked upon Von Kossel as a grandfather. And when he proposed marriage, she always told him, you are too old. Why? You are old enough to be my grandfather. What's more, I do not love you. He became so persistent that we asked him to stay away from the house.
Wow.
Elena and her family finally got fed up with Carl constantly proposing marriage, and her family also had a dislike of the unorthodox devil machines used by him in his treatments of Elena. They were so fed up with him that they moved houses without telling him. But Carl was undeterred and searched the streets every night.
Oh my God.
Until a sympathetic neighbour told him of the family's location.
Oh, I can always trust one fuckwit in the street.
Yeah. The family, considering Elena was fatally ill at this point, conceded. What followed was an on and off relationship where Carl's medical treatments were accepted, but his proposal of marriage were ignored. Despite Carl's best efforts... Despite Carl's best efforts, Elena died of tuberculosis at her parents' home in Key West on the 25th of October 1931. Carl talked the family into giving him residence in her room, paying them a fee of $20 a month, which would be $414 now. I wish people could see your face.
What the fuck? What just happened then? You've gone from him trying to treat her, marry her, and all the rest of it. She's died, and now he's moved into the house, into the room she lived in.
He rented the room so he could stay there.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, it gets worse.
Oh, buckle up. Hang on, let me put my seatbelt on. Go.
Carl paid for her funeral.
Of course he did.
And with the permission of her family, he then commissioned...
Laid in the coffin with it? No, okay.
The construction of an above-ground mausoleum in the Key West Cemetery. The mausoleum only had one key, which Carl had.
Of course he did. But that's not unusual over there, is it? Because like New Orleans, all of them are above, they're under. But
usually the creepy old man doesn't pay for it.
No, and
but
doesn't normally have that access to it.
Yeah.
The only one with access to it. Jesus Christ.
He also hired a mortician to clean and fix up her body before placing it in the tomb.
Oh, please don't. Oh, he didn't do Rudy Tooties with...
Just think what you're thinking, but go a step further.
Oh, fucking what?
This is not... Don't laugh, it's serious.
I'm not laughing, I'm about to chuck.
I'm laughing because this is so fucking... Carl would visit the mausoleum every night and sit with Elena. He even installed a telephone in there.
What, in case you wanted to ring him after hours?
That's what I fucking thought. Like, why do you need a telephone in a mausoleum? She's not going to fucking answer.
Yeah, who's, oh my God. Yeah.
Like from his house to the mausoleum.
Oh my God. Well, actually her mum and dad's house.
No, he had his own house. He just kind of like lived in her room for a little bit.
Oh my God almighty.
But this wasn't enough time with her.
Oh, clearly.
On the evening of April 1933, Carl... we need to start video recording some of these because your fucking face.
Oh my God. I'm just dreading what's going to come out of your mouth next. He didn't move in.
No.
Oh.
Carl crept through the cemetery with Elena, where Elena was buried, and removed her body from the mausoleum, carting it through the cemetery after dark on a toy wagon and took it back to his house.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Carl. Wake up to yourself, man.
He said that Elena's spirit would come to him when he would sit by her grave and serenaded her corpse with he would serenade her corpse with her favorite Spanish song. He also said that she would often tell him to take her from the grave.
No, she probably was telling him to take the trip away from her fucking grave. Oh my God.
Carl attached her bones with piano wire.
Oh, jeez.
It just gets worse.
This isn't funny.
It's uncomfortable.
It's stupidly creepy.
Oh, so Carl attached her bones with piano wire and fitted her face with glass eyes.
Oh, okay, yep.
As her skin decomposed, Carl replaced it with silk cloth soaked in wax and plaster of Paris.
Right.
So he paper mache'd
He
her.
just Madame Tussauds. She there now? No.
As her hair fell out of her scalp, Carl fashioned a wig from her hair that he had previously obtained from her mother. Your face.
Oh my God.
Don't Google anything.
I want to see these pictures.
No.
Oh, okay.
He filled Elena's abdomen and chest cavity with rags to keep her original form.
Oh. Dressed
Elena's remains in stockings, jewelry, and gloves, and kept the body in his bed. He also used copious amounts of perfume, disinfectants, and preserving agents to mask the odor. And
you'd need more than that, sweetheart.
Yeah, and forestall the effects of the corpse's
molding.
decomposition.
Yeah. Oh.
Carl attended to her material needs as well, purchasing her clothes and perfumes, and even installing a curtain cloth veil for privacy on the bed they shared.
What the fuck? He's put together a dead body, filled her up and tried to bloody make her look like a real woman beside him in bed, and then put a cloth between them.
For privacy.
For privacy. For what? What was she doing there that she needed privacy for? She's fucking dead. Oh my God, Megan, where do you find this shit?
This went on for 7 years.
Jesus Christ. Did he never have one visitor, one person in the house, one...
Well, his family's all up north.
Yeah, but someone from work, the fucking postman delivering food. Didn't they have Coles online at that point where he could have got his orders?
It's not in fucking 1930.
I know, it was a joke, Joyce.
So Carl would keep her alive by using wire hangers.
No, she was never alive.
Keep her alive was in...
Keep her around, keep her there. Fucking hell. I'm surprised he didn't handcuff her to the bed so she didn't run away.
Oh, no. So he used wire hangers to preserve her frame. He stuffed her abdominal cavity with rags, routinely applied wax to her face, replaced her decaying scalp with real hair, and constantly doused her in disinfectants and oils to mask the rotting smell of her body. Suspicion did arise when Carl stopped going to Elena's mausoleum after 2 years of going every night. He was fired from his job at the hospital, and he was seen buying women's clothes and gifts, but had no known girlfriend.
Could have been him doing the change. No need to judge people. Just because he's a fucking wackadoo didn't mean change.
Maybe he liked wearing
women's
dresses.
clothes. Yeah, exactly.
There'd been a sighting.
Oh, a little bit of vomit in the mouth there.
No, it's not funny, but it is. There'd been a sighting from local boys that they
You're right.
That they had seen him through a window dancing with what appeared to be a giant doll. Remember in Home Alone?
Yeah.
When he had all the cardboard figures?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, shit. In October of 1940, Elena's sister confronted Carl at his home. He allowed her inside. To her horror, she was met with what appeared to be a wax dummy of her sister.
Okay.
She was disturbed enough to contact the authorities, who seized the doll. They soon discovered that it was not a giant doll, but in fact it was actually Elena's corpse.
Oh my God.
That would be fucked up enough, walking in and being like, why do you have a
creepy doll of my sister
that you've made?
A bit like, what's his name? Lamar Odom has got made a doll of Kardashian. Like, God.
Like, that's weird enough, but then finding out your dead sister is actually inside of it.
Yeah.
Carl was psychiatrically examined and found mentally competent to stand trial on the charge of wantonly and maliciously destroying a grave and removing a body without authorization.
Oh, Technically, yes, he did that.
Yes. After a preliminary hearing on the 9th of October 1940 at the Monroe County Courthouse in Key West, Carl was held to answer on the charge, but the case was eventually dropped as the statute of limitations for the crime had expired.
Well, how long have you got to keep a dead body once you steal it?
I don't know, but I feel like a statute of limitations is ridiculous.
Hang on. Statute.
I feel like it's 7 years.
Well, that's
The amount of shit I've had to Google recently, I'm going to be on an FBI watch list.
corpse. It doesn't actually break it down into a core statute of limitations.
But I feel like statute of limitations, like if someone would like to explain it to me, but I think they're ridiculous. Because I think, I can't remember what
If you've done the crime, you've done the crime. Shouldn't matter how long it's been.
Yeah, like I feel like I want to, it's either 7 or 10. I have those numbers in my head. It's either 7 years or 10 years that the statute of limitations on rape is.
Yeah.
But then the average time it takes for someone to come forward is like 28 or 32 years or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it's like, well, the fuck? Like, why is there a time limit on reporting crime? Like, especially if it's traumatic.
Yeah, well, that's right. No, there's no straightforward, and it keeps jumping between Australia and overseas. It keeps trying to tell me Australia stuff. But anyway, please continue.
So he was not charged with anything. Not only that, while performing an autopsy on Elena's remains, coroners discovered that among the multiple body parts Carl had reconstructed, he had inserted a paper tube inside her to serve as a makeshift vagina.
Oh, yuck. Yuck.
We'll bring a little lightheartedness. One of the physicians on the case was called Dr. Depew.
No, that didn't help.
Dr. Depew.
You're going to do Depew.
Shortly after the corpse's discovery by authorities, physicians and pathologists examined Elena's body and put it on public display at the Dean Lopez funeral home, where as many as 6,800 people viewed it.
Viewed what, sorry?
Her body.
Why was it put on display?
Who fucking knows?
Oh, okay.
The fucking 1940s. Something to do, I guess.
Like, look what we found in this creepy man's house.
But that's also fucking disgusting. That's a dead
person.
Woman.
Yeah.
She was young. She was like early 20s when she died.
It's not a fucking blow-up doll that's there.
Yeah, it's a fucking, like, I don't know if they maybe removed her and just kept the plaster.
What he'd made.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's what they did. They got rid of her actual remains from it.
Gave the remains back to the family.
But if she was still in it, that's pretty fucking
creepy.
Wrong.
Creepy.
Elena's body was eventually returned, or maybe not then. Returned to the Key West Cemetery, where the remains were buried in an unmarked grave in a secret location to prevent further tampering.
Now, can you imagine how many fuckwits would have been looking for it?
Or just him.
Oh, well, him alone, but yeah.
The facts underlying the case and the preliminary hearing drew much interest from the media at the time and created a sensation among the public both regionally and nationwide. The public mood was generally sympathetic to Carl.
What?
Who many viewed
the actual fuck.
Who many viewed as an eccentric romantic.
Oh my God, are you shitting me? Yeah, but they wouldn't think it if it was their fucking sister or daughter or whatever. Like, please.
Because a lot of articles, even when I was researching the case, a lot of articles spin it that way, that this was the love of his life and he wanted to preserve her.
Oh, we've come to him in a fucking supposed dream. The bird didn't even like him. Like, for God's sake.
Because that's all the headlines, that the love of his life, he wanted to preserve her.
Piss off.
And also, I've read this in capital letters. He was 53 and she was 21 and was not interested in him.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Like, oh.
It wasn't like they had a relationship and he was devastated that she died of TB.
That's the way they try and spin it.
Yeah, she didn't want to borrow the fuckwit.
Her family was poor and he was offering free medical assistance.
Yeah, exactly.
In 1944, Carl moved back to Pasco County, Florida, close to syphilis, so he could be with his wife and children again.
Did they know all this had happened?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Really? She didn't take him back, surely.
Did I put it there? She apparently helped him through his tough time or whatever.
Oh, fuck right. Oh, fucking people are stupid.
Carl used a death mask to create another life-sized effigy of Elena.
Oh, my God. Stop.
And lived with it until his death at the age of 75 on the 3rd of July 1952.
How old were his kids? Come on, I've got questions I need answered.
Hold on. So,
Like, were they sort of her age or were they younger?
oh, well, shit. Now. His daughter would be 9 when Elena died, but then plus he had her for 7 years, so she would have been 16. So
There's no way known you would.
So his daughter was 16 when all this came to light.
There's no way known you would let your father anywhere near anybody to do with the family, surely to God.
Well, 1944 he moved back, so by then she would have been 22. She would have been the same age as Elena.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's fucking creepy.
So he made another life-size doll of her. It has been recounted that Carl was found in the arms of Elena's effigy upon discovery of his corpse.
Oh, my God.
And that is the case, the story of Carl Tanzler.
I take back the the murder and more. Let's just go back to murder. Don't worry about this more shit. That was worse than the murder ones we've done in the past. It's like that was just fucked up in every direction.
That one is just. I just can't believe they put her on display.
Same.
That's disgusting.
And she was still in there.
Yeah.
Fucking.
There's a picture if you like. You're allowed to.
I'm allowed to
pictures.
Google now. Thanks.
There's a picture of her on display, and then just people looking at her. Like, it's just fucked up. I
didn't know that when I was in Florida. I would have made him go on. Mate, Ron, take us there. Go, come on, I want to have a look at this.
We're going to Key West.
Dead body, mate.
But yeah, that's fucked up.
Extremely. Please sign off and say goodbye. I'm going to have nightmares tonight.
People plastering
I'll ring in the morning. You'll be like, did you sleep? I'll be like, no, I was too scared to.
I've dreamed of bus stops and people plastering me.
But yeah, plaster. I never want to see a plaster thing again.
Did you look up the photo of her?
I did before.
Oh, you fucking bitch. Did you see the photo of him?
Yeah, he's creepy old. He looks like a professor.
He looks like
a mad scientist.
Yeah, well, that's what and you will see the photos as well. I'll put them up on the Instagram, which you can follow at mainly_murder, or you can email us at MainlyMurderPodcast@gmail.com.
I'm glad you do all that because I couldn't remember it all.
It's not that
I'm old.
You are
old and decrepit, and I can't think of stuff.
And you're dying from.
And I'm dying.
Not diphtheria or
not
strep.
tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis.
Not tuberculosis.
Like
not diphtheria. Not what was it? We knocked off a
strep.
few. Strep.
Maybe in the next case we'll have some more.
It's not long COVID because I don't have COVID after 3 tests in 5 weeks. Don't have COVID.
Is there a thing that you can put your symptoms in and it'll tell you?
I tried, but I couldn't get an answer.
Oh, if anyone knows, if any doctors
why a
listen to
sore
us,
throat hangs around after 2 lots of antibiotics,
cough medicine,
medicine, head in the towel with Vicks, Lemsic, alcohol.
Yes,
even tried fucking
scotch.
scotch last night. That's how desperate I was. Thank you, Andrew. Didn't work.
Maybe try the onions on your feet.
Well,
it might be.
That's probably the only thing I haven't tried.
Try it. See if it works.
I will. I'll buy an onion on my way home tonight.
Let's see what do you got to fucking lose? It might work.
Nothing. Like I said, that's why I tried the scotch last night. I was like, fuck it. What have I got to lose except 0.05 if I'm driving at this point? Like, it was disgusting.
Yeah, I can't do scotch. Any dark liquor I can't do.
Yeah, no, that was horrible. Like I said, the second mouthful I spat back in the sink. I was like, no, can't even down that shit.
It's like the time my birthday a couple of years ago, and we were playing beer pong. And Jay had his friend's fucking moonshine, and he literally, I think, as soon as he lifts the cup, it came back out. It hit the back of his throat, and then went.
Yuck.
This shit smelt like methylated spirits. I'm sure it was just brown methylated spirits.
Possibly was.
But anyway, we'll catch you next week for. Who knows? Maybe murder, maybe not. Oh, maybe that's what we could have called it. Maybe murder, maybe not.
Maybe murder, maybe not. That's too hard to say. I can't say it.
Instead of mainly murder with Meg and Mum.
Is that what it's called? Mainly murder with Meg
That's
and
what
Mum?
the podcast
is. That what we did?
Mainly murder with Meg and Mum.
That's a lot of M's going on there.
That is, but that's...
Maybe you need to reword that before we start.
Nah, mainly murder with Meg and Mum.
Okay.
If you say it fast enough, it's fine.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.